This is Cheryl Todd with Gun Freedom Radio, coming at you from the 2019 SHOT Show at the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada place. And speaking of fabulous, I am standing right next to the fabulous Rob Pincus.
I cannot inflect like that, however. But I'm glad at the end of day 3 you still have that kind of energy.
Well, you know, it's a lot of water. You
gotta hydrate.
Absolutely. So Rob he wears a lot of hats, of course you know, but he is the developer, the designer of this beautiful and brand new, just born Avidity Arms PD-10.
Correct.
Tell us about this.
The PD-10 is a single stack 10+1 round striker fired polymer handgun designed primarily for concealed carry, home defense. You know, the idea was a full size slim gun, right? And this is something people have been asking for forever. The other thing people have been asking for forever is, why do the engineers always design the gun? Or why do the marketers always design the gun? What about shooters or trainers, people who've seen thousands of hands on thousands of guns over a couple of decades? Well, that was the idea. When Eagle Imports came to me with the idea of starting up their own manufacturing brand, Avidity Arms, a US-based company and designed by people who spend time on ranges, and particularly in my case, spend time watching other people shoot. So I wanted a gun that was going to fit a niche in the market that I think is obviously one that other companies have decided they want to fill as well. Single stack, but full size. So we've got a 4-inch barrel, a 10+1 full size grip, but it's really thin. It's less than an inch in almost every dimension. If we include the slide stop, it comes up to just about an inch wide. It's got a really deep-seated kind of CZ-esque, maybe even a Browning high-power-esque kind of back end on the gun. It's real easy to hold for a lot of people. It fits small hands, large hands pretty well. One of the things I really wanted to focus on was fitting as many hands as possible. The second thing I wanted was a good smooth trigger. Now I know you know your way around a gun, you know your way around a trigger, but you haven't really played with this one, I don't think.
Haven't.
All right, so let's do this. Obviously, this is a SHOT Show. The gun's clear. It's got the little tab. It doesn't even have a tip on the striker. Check it out, and let me know what you think.
It really does. It fits my hand like it was made for my hand. It fits your hand like it was made for your hand. The slide, it's not impossible to move. I mean, you gotta know what you're doing with it.
Absolutely.
But it's not hard. And there's a lot of smaller framed people that have difficulty moving that slide. They're not gonna experience that with this Avidity Arms. And I love the slimness. That is so important when I'm trying to conceal.
Absolutely. I mean, I carry a single stack gun. I carry the XDS 4-inch, and one of the things that a lot of people forget is when you get into the subcompact guns, you don't have much mass. If you don't have a lot of mass out in front of your hand, it's harder to manage recoil, it's harder to shoot the gun quickly, and one of the things you talked about, you need a stiffer spring if you have less mass to slow down that recoil, so it is harder to lock the gun open, chamber rounds, clear malfunctions, all those things. Go ahead and give me a squeeze on the trigger. I want to know what you think of that. We designed it to be kind of long and smooth. Notice how it doesn't have a lot of take-up?
It's butter.
It doesn't have that wall that you get with striker-fired guns.
That is a butter trigger.
It's a very also short and crisp reset. So your follow-up shots are short, quick, crisp. I'm super excited about it. We got great feedback out at Range Day, the media day down at the range for Industry Day, they call it now. First day of SHOT Show, it's day 0, and we probably had, I don't know, 50 or 60 people shoot these. Kind of had it at the Winchester range. You know, I can get to bring whatever we want with the Winchester ammunition, talking about Winchester ammunition out there, but shooting it on a PD-10, people really enjoyed it. And I appreciate you letting me tell people about it.
Absolutely, and I know you got to run because you wear a gazillion hats. You're trying to meet with the gazillion people, but I want to call attention to the lapel pin you're wearing. That says WTTA. What does that stand for?
Walk the Talk America. If people go to WTTA.org, they're going to see how a lot of industry leaders, led by Michael Sedini, the president of Eagle Imports and one of my partners here with Avidity Arms, founded this organization to raise awareness about mental health issues and the overlap that it has with the gun community. Obviously, that affects things like suicide prevention. It has to do with gun negligence, issues of dementia, and really just making sure people know that it's okay and important to ask for help and to provide resources from a trusted source. So a lot of firearms industry companies are supporting us. You can learn more at WTTA.org.
And you also wear another hat as a board member of 2AO.org.
Yep, I'm the executive vice president now of Second Amendment Organization, and obviously that's a gun rights advocacy group, and we focus really hard on gun responsibility, and there's a huge overlap there as well with the work that we're doing at WTTA.
Absolutely. All right, so round it back to the Avidity Arms. How do folks learn more about it?
AvidityArms.com. We're coming to market sometime in 2019. What we've really done is we've taken our time with this, making it right. But the other thing we did is we started talking about it really when it was still a napkin sketch. So you'll see a lot of people are like, well, that gun's never going to make it. Well, guess what? A lot of these other companies that have been around for, I don't know, 200, 300, or 450 years, like Beretta, they don't tell you what they're doing 5 years ahead of time. We sort of told you, hey, look, here's what we're going to do. And we're really doing it. But yes, it does take some time to bring a new product to market. But take a look at AvidityArms.com. It's going to have a $499 MSRP, and it already has the contours, it already has the cuts, it's going to have a great texture. People are going to love that. It's going to come with real sights that you can use that don't have to be replaced. It already comes with a large magazine release. It already comes with the extended on the magazine base pad for the retention and for you to be able to pull it out, one-handed manipulations, all those things. So it's kind of a feature-filled kind of firearm for $499 MSRP, and we know that means you're probably going to be able to buy it for $450 or less when it's released.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Great.
Rob
Thank
Pincus,
you very much.
hat wearer extraordinaire, developer, designer of the Avidity Arms PD10. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks for everything you guys do.
Absolutely. Thank you. Stick around. A lot more coming up from 2019 SHOT Show with Gun Freedom Radio.